I am a big equities investor, and just recently I started wanting to dip my toes into crypto. Now, I'm not talking about actively trading crypto, more so I would be on the buy and hold side. I just want to have a small percentage of my portfolio exposed to crypto. And in the equities world, trading fees are basically non-existent at this point. All the major brokerages like Schwab, Vanguard, Interactive Brokers, Robinhood, they all have no trading fees on equities. I guess maybe there are some boomer brokerages left over that still charge trading fees to that, unsavvy demographic, but all of the major brokerages have no trading fees. So when I'm looking into crypto, I wanted to find brokerages that have no trading fee. Now, naturally, that made me skeptical, right? Because it's like, how are they making money? So I kind of went on this deep dive into finding brokerages with no trading fees and how they make money and what we need to calculate and figure out. And that's what I'm going to share with you. Now, I've found 3 major crypto brokers that have no fee, at least no fee on the front end. They do have hidden fees kind of built within their system, which we'll talk about later on in the video. They are Webull, which has trading ability for these coins right here. A pretty good selection. Now keep in mind, with a free broker, you're not going to get access to all of the cryptos out there, that ever-growing world of cryptos. You would have to go to a different platform for those. Voyager, which has access to all of these cryptos right here, a pretty good selection. And then Robinhood, which has the most narrow selection of cryptos. So, if you want access to some more smaller cryptos, not going to find that on Robinhood, but they do have access to the major cryptos, to where if you wanted to get a portion of your portfolio invested in cryptos, Robinhood would be a fair choice. Now, all of these brokers are free, but I did mention that there are some hidden fees built into it. So let's talk about what those hidden fees are and kind of what these platforms are actually charging and how that stacks up to some of the platforms that actually charge fees. These no trading fee crypto brokers make their money by charging what's called a spread fee that they bury into their market pricing model. So when you go onto a brokerage website, to place a transaction, you'll commonly see a bid price and an ask price. And these prices represent what one party will sell it for, the ask price, and what one party will buy it for, the bid price. And a transaction occurs when they meet. In the crypto world, the bid price and the ask price on a very highly liquid crypto like Bitcoin will be very similar. It'll be very close. Right? So, it might only be like 0.0000001% apart. I think that's realistic for Bitcoin. But when you go into the brokerage, you might see a further spread. All right? You might say a bid price of $990 and an ask price of $1,000. Okay? But that's not necessarily reflective of the true market pricing. Right? So if you go onto your broker and you see the bid price or the ask price at $1,000, and you place an order and it executes at $1,000, that probably means that the broker actually had somebody else on the back end of that transaction that was asking less than that, like $990. Okay? So basically, there's a middleman, and the broker is playing middleman and saying, hey, best I can do for you is this. So it's like if you had crypto and, the market price for it was $1,000 and you went to sell it and they came back and the transaction occurred at $990. It was like them saying, sorry, best I could do is $990. And fundamentally what they did is they basically just transacted with someone at a different price and harvested a percentage off of that. Now, you might be wondering, is that even legal? And well, the reality is, in the equity world, it is not. When it comes to stocks, that is not legal. Stocks regulated by the SEC regulation NMS establishes a set of bid and ask prices for nationally traded securities. It's known as the National Best Bid and Offer System. So brokers in the stock world can't do that. But Bitcoin and other cryptos, they're not regulated by the national market system covered by regulation NMS. So they are free to do that and harvest a little bit for themselves as the middleman. We can actually see that very clearly with Robinhood. And I took this screenshot a few days ago here, and it shows right here the Bitcoin price, the market price, and then their estimated price. Okay, so the Bitcoin price was $49,246.03, and the estimated price at $49,320.34. So if we calculate the difference, there's a spread fee on this that they're harvesting of 0.151%. So that is how fundamentally Robinhood is making their money. Now, Webull, while they say that there's no fees, they charge 100 basis point spreads. That's 1%. Webull does not charge for trading crypto. There is a 100 basis point spread on either side of a trade, which is absolutely freaking hilarious. So that means that they basically just take the market price and charge you 1%, but they're saying they don't charge for trading crypto, when really there's 1% to buy it, 1% to sell it. Robinhood, on the other hand here, where's my screenshot of Robinhood? Robinhood, on the other hand, is charging 0.151%. Now, this number varies, right? So as with Webull, it's fixed at that 1% or 100 basis points. 100 basis points is 1%. With Robinhood, they don't explicitly give you that number, so it can be whatever they want it to be. And I took a few samples on Bitcoin and a few screenshots, and this number commonly fluctuated between 0.15% and 0.26% was the highest that I saw it. So it fluctuates a little bit, but it's still relatively competitive. As you'll see here, as you can see, it's cheaper than the fee that Webull is charging. So the fee that Robinhood is building into it is cheaper than Webull's fee, at least on Bitcoin, and that's something I'm going to come back to. And then with other platforms like, what is there? There's Coinbase Pro. Coinbase Pro charges, I think it's a 0.5%, so a 0.5% spread fee explicitly on it. Robinhood is cheaper than that, at least on Bitcoin. Now, I keep saying at least on Bitcoin, so let me talk about that. On Bitcoin, their fee is pretty low, but when you go to some of their other cryptos, the spread fee goes up. It's still pretty competitive, but it's not, as low as it is with Bitcoin. So with Bitcoin, they're doing a lower spread fee on that, and that's just because it's probably more stable and more liquid than some of the others. But all the ones that Robinhood has are still pretty liquid. Either way, it's all basically cheaper than Webull here, which is at 100 basis points. So for that purpose, or for that reason, I really don't recommend Webull as a free trading platform because their fee is quite a bit higher. So I had also done some research on it here on Voyager. I didn't sign up and look at what their actual spreads are and calculate it myself, but I did some research and I found people were reporting some numbers that seem to be a little bit higher than Robinhood, but not much. So they're still in the realm of competitive with Robinhood on their actual spread fees. That leaves us with Robinhood and Voyager as potential platforms for trading cryptos with no fees. Now, because Robinhood has a smaller spread fee, I would say that Robinhood is probably where you want to go if you want to be more active with your trading. If you're looking to invest more long-term, Voyager has something cool, and that is the rewards, which I think that's really just a name for interest. Fundamentally, they're paying interest on your crypto balance. They might be prohibited from calling it interest in the United States because of FINRA regulations, Securities and Exchange Commission regulations, or something like that. So they have to call it rewards, but they pay rewards, fundamentally an interest balance. So I'm just going to call it interest on your holding of crypto. Right, on Bitcoin, 5.75%, that's annually. The rewards change monthly though, so it's not fixed. But in looking at this over the last 3 months, they're pretty close. They don't change radically, which is important, right? So if you've got Bitcoin, you're getting 5.75% annually on your Bitcoin holdings. And this is actually pretty competitive. Like, for example, there's a company called BlockFi out there. And if you go to BlockFi, they pay, one of their big premises is they pay fundamentally interest on your crypto balances, when you're invested with them. And Voyager, as a free platform, is actually pretty competitive with BlockFi. So, if you're more into the buy and hold game, I would say that Voyager is probably your best bet. You can, lose a little bit on the spreading fee relative to Robinhood, but you're going to have access to this interest that Voyager is paying. Now, of course, you might want to be trading a coin that's not available on Robinhood, and in that case, your only option is Voyager, if you want to do it with no trading fee. So those are my 2 picks on platforms for trading crypto with no trading fee. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. If you're going to open up an account with one of these 2, let me know which one you do, or if it's on a different platform, let me know which platform you choose and why. Drop it in the comments, guys.